if you want to learn English but think that it requires a lot of money, or you must join any classes where you can practice speaking in English, or you have to hire a tutor who could help you learn this language easily, then let me tell you something. When we talk about learning English or any other language, you don't have to spend even a single rupee. Yeah, actually, when I first started learning English, I remember I was really scared because at that time I was completely broke, and I had this fear that what if it requires a lot of money, because I was not able to afford them. But somehow, when I could manage to learn English, now I feel that it does not require money at all, because I remember it very, very well that I have not spent even a single rupee. Because after all, we all have the access to internet, and just by using internet, you could make your journey a lot easier, and you don't even have to spend a single rupee. See, when we talk about learning English, you have to focus on several steps. That could be input and output as well. But every single step you follow can be done for free. And let me give you an example so that you will be able to understand it easily. And the fear you have, or the question you have, that what if it requires money, or what if I need someone, or what if I need to join any classes, or what if I need to have a tutor. So all of your doubts will be very clear, because I am going to give you my example, what exactly I have done that changed my entire perspective, and how I could learn English just by using social media, just by using the internet without spending money at all. So let's begin from the very beginning. So when I got the idea to learn English, I had no idea how I am going to learn this language. I was completely clueless. I was at a point where I had no idea which step I should be following. I had watched hundreds of videos on how to learn English, how to speak English fluently, but I was actually confused because I just didn't know what steps I was supposed to follow. And I think it happens with many people. When you first start out to do something, you tend to be confused, and I was in that phase. So, what exactly I did? I started watching videos on YouTube, and I vividly remember this channel, Josh Talks. I was very fascinated by the whole idea of speaking on that stage. I used to see people coming from different region, and they used to speak about their experiences, what they have achieved, how they reached at that point. So I was very stunned by the whole idea of speaking on that stage. So slowly I started watching mini videos every single day, and I was not able to understand most of them. I was not able to understand most of them, but still I kept watching, because just by thinking and imagining myself at that position used to just give me butterflies and kind of goosebumps. So I was always fascinated by this idea, so I started watching such videos, and then later on I moved to TED Talks, and there were several other YouTube channels. So the first step I focused on watching, and I did it a lot. I used to watch more than 10 to 15 videos every single day, even though I was not able to understand many words. And at that time, my English was really horrible. So this point used to stuck with me, but just by thinking and imagining myself in such a position, I used to feel happy. So I focused only on watching at that time, which is for completely free. You don't have to spend even a single rupee when you are watching videos on YouTube. So that was one of the bonus points. Another thing later on I focused on was listening. Now, when we talk about listening, again you have YouTube. You could just play any music, you could play any podcast, you could play any audiobook and just listen to it. You could also download it, but at that time I used to focus on Spotify, and I think you could use it for free for some time, I guess. When I was using Spotify, it was for completely free. I did not spend even a single rupee. So, you could do this step as well for completely free. When we talk about the next step, reading, a lot of people get confused that they only have to read books. But I clearly remember when I first started learning this language, I was only reading articles. I don't even remember how many articles I used to read every single day, but I know one thing that I used to read for hours. I had heard it somewhere, I guess, that if you want to learn English, must focus on this one step, reading. Because just by focusing on this one step, you could cover almost everything. It includes your speaking skill. It also includes your improving your grammar automatically. It will also teach you a lot of new words, basically enhancing your vocabulary. It's also going to change the way you speak, and overall it will change your language skill. So I just felt, wow, this one step can give me so many advantages. Then why don't I follow this one step? And I didn't have book at that time. I was really at that point where I never liked the book. Okay, I was that kind of person who really did not like the books, so I never had one. So I started by reading different types of articles. And I think there are so many advantages you could get just by reading article. And this is something I really like the most because whatever I wanted to read, let's say right now I'm interested in this topic, social media. I will go search it, I will get hundreds of articles. And then the next minute I might feel to read something else. Let's say I want to read more about the history. I can get it within a second. If I'm interested in philosophy, then I can get it within a second. So I think this is one of the benefits you'll be getting, and I think this is so underrated. People don't acknowledge it and don't try to read it. So I think it is one of the best options which you could get for completely free. But if you want to go one step further, you could read posts on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or even on Instagram. I think there are many platforms where you could find different types of posts which you could read to enhance your language skill. Now, coming back to writing, again, you do not have to spend even a single rupee when it comes to writing. You could write it on your notebook. If you prefer your computer, then you could write it in Google Docs or anywhere. I personally used to like this one step. So whenever I used to complete any videos, I used to summarize it and write it down in the comment section. I mean, I used to like this one step, and this has been really helpful to me because when you are putting it out there, you put extra efforts. Because I remember when I write down something in my notes, I don't even check it, like how my sentence looks like, whether it is correct or not. I just don't care about it. But when I have to write it for someone else, when I have to put it out there, I pay extra attention to every single words, every single sentences. So yeah, I think this is one of the best options you could do. Just write something in the comment section and let it go. This is one of the options you could follow to enhance your writing skill as well. Coming back to the most important step, that is speaking. I think a lot of people get confused only because of this one step, that who to practice with. How can I practice? I do not have tutor, I do not have the right environment, I do not have anyone who could guide me whenever I make mistakes. See, I got you. I totally understand how it feels when you want to have someone who could help you learn this language easily, but all you have to do is just do it on your own. So it's a bit confusing. But trust me, you have many options. First of all, you could practice on your own. like the way we usually talk to others. You could sit in front of any object. Just imagine that the object you are speaking with is someone, and you have to blurt all the things out. Another thing you could do is speak in front of camera. I think this is one of the best options. I have been practicing in front of camera for around 2 years now. And I think it's been more than 2 years. And not any other step has given me this much result. Record yourself and then look at your video. How exactly you sound like, how exactly you speak like. So most of your doubts or most of your mistakes will be recognized by you, and you will be able to correct them easily. You could also speak in front of mirror. I think that is one of the best thing you could follow when you feel awkward speaking in front of camera. So that is the alternative. Now, one step I focused on was speaking with others. So I live in an environment where I have not found even a single person who I could practice with. But at that time, I used to watch different types of videos on how to learn English, how to practice speaking in English, and I got to know about several applications. And the first applications I was using was S Fluency. I remember my first call. I was really horrible. I was not able to speak at all because I remember when I was speaking with myself, I was performing really well. But the minute I had to converse with someone, I sucked. I really spoke so bad that I started feeling ashamed that why did I even join this application? So that application wasn't completely free, but I think I used to get 25 to 30 minutes for free initially. That for 25 minutes you could speak to any random person, any stranger for free. You don't even have to take subscription. Later on, I found so many applications like Open Talk, and there was one more application I forgot, which I used for free. And back then it was free. I think now you will have to take subscription or something. But again, you have many applications you could use to improve your English, and they are for free. You will just have to find it out. And another thing you could do is use ChatGPT. I mean, I think my best friend has become ChatGPT. Sorry, ChatGPT has become my best friend because I spend most of my time with it. I really ask every possible questions to it. Even I converse with it. I just talk about everything. And sometimes I will be like, okay, I'm going to speak about something, and you just have to respond to it. So I think ChatGPT is also one of the best options you could follow, and it is again for completely free. So here are a couple of steps you can follow, and you don't need to spend even a single rupee. So I think when you say that, okay, I can't learn this language because learning English or learning any other language is too expensive, trust me, it is just an excuse because you have the access to internet, and what could be more advantages than that? I think most of us are privileged enough to have the access to internet, because if you have that, you can get anything at any given time. So instead of making excuse or thinking that, okay, I come from this or I do not have proper environment, please focus on learning this language. Just focus on the right step, and then you have to be consistent. That's all you need. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got some idea that how to learn this language, and this video helped you to some extent. And I'll be back very soon with an interesting and amazing video. Bye bye.